Welcome back to America's Auto News and Reviews. Today we're driving the 2015 GMC Terrain Denali. So Denali means it's pretty much what, top of the line, right? And that's why you see some of this nice stitching in here. Gonna have leather, a lot of leather appointments on the interior. It's a nice vehicle. You know, I want to show you just what it feels like. Okay, check out this view again. I always try to show you beautiful views in our reviews. Look at that, gorgeous Texas Hill Country. So you're driving the vehicle. I'm 6'1", about 240 pounds. The seat's comfortable. The steering wheel's a nice size. I did have some complaints with some of the people who are driving it who get sweaty hands. They don't like that the wood up here. They'd rather see an entire leather wrapped steering wheel. Me, it doesn't bother me at all. I actually like it. You're going to see throughout all of the General Motors product lines, steering wheels are going to be very similar on most of the products. So if you've driven one, you drive the other, you're going to be able to use a lot of the appointments. It'll just be more buttons or less. This one does have collision alert, which I like, which comes up right here. And you can set the distance between you and the vehicle in front. I like that. I've used it several times. It has lane depart warning as well. That also will come up here and also beep. So if you're drifting out of your lane, left or right, it actually gives you a nice beeping noise. So that's good. So if you have one of your kids driving this, or someone who's not that experienced driving, or if you drive in a lot of traffic, whatever, it'll keep you between the lines. Now, I'm going to pull over up here so I can kind of point some things out that I like and some things, that I'm not too excited about. Okay, headroom's good. It's decent. All right. You have nice through the A-pillar here. There's a blind spot right here. This is pretty thick, but the bottom line is you need to have some safety. Those offset crash data that's out there today. This is a 5-star rating. Down in the lowest would be a 4-star rating. We'll put a link up to all the IIHS safety ratings on this video, so you'll be able to check that out. It's got 6 airbags in it. I mean, listen, just about every car company out there today is going to have the full gamut of airbags. Some things to be concerned about, though, is that a lot of manufacturers today aren't doing well in the testing. So be very mindful of looking at the safety rating, okay? And that offset crash on the front end is one to look at. There's some scary videos out there that you can see on vehicles that, well, for instance, the BMW 3 Series is not doing that well in safety. Now that's strange, because BMW forever has always touted themselves as being a very safe vehicle. So back to the GMC Terrain Denali. Okay. Again, visibility's decent. Mirrors, you got the blind spot monitors in there, which I like. So those are going to flash if you're moving into a lane that a vehicle's over there. It's going to tell you there's a car there, so hopefully you don't run into it. You have, decent instrument cluster. It's very generic. All right, this is a 41,000 and change vehicle. It's because it has the V6. It's a Denali. They're pretty much top of the line. I would expect that I'd have a keyless entry. Don't have that. It still has a flip key where you push the button, and I'll show you on the walk around where the key flips out and you stick it in the ignition. I mean, this is pretty analog in a high definition world, if you will. So there's some things that just to me don't seem. Let me pull over right here so I can talk to you about a couple things. There's just some things in this vehicle that I wish were better. I mean, you expect to have a little bit more in a $40,000+ vehicle that says Denali on it. I mean, Denali means, it's right there up with right near an Escalade, right? So here we are. I'm looking at this. You touch the interior, not really any padding in there at all. I mean, I don't like that. The dash, it's decent. A little bit anti-reflective, so it's not going to glare in your eyes. You've got the OnStar, which I really like. Your buttons, they're decent. What I look for is, is it plasticky? Does it feel like it's quality? It's decent. It's decent. Maybe out of 10 to 7. There's a right down here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up from the back. There's one power outlet that you can see accessible. And you say you plug a radar detector in here, and we did, and then you have it plugged in, and then if you put stuff in there, if you ever need to unplug it, it's a pain. It's a strange setup in this console here. You have this, what I think is a wasted space. I'd rather seen some USB plug-ins in here, some charging outlets to plug in a radar detector. This just, I mean, maybe you put a cell phone in there or something. I don't know, kind of a wasted space. The screen's decent, you know, touch screen's okay. You can do Pandora, XM radio. You have Wi-Fi if you want to do that. The Wi-Fi, you actually go through the OnStar to hook up the Wi-Fi. Sound system's decent. You know, it's a Pioneer system, and I haven't seen, you know, Pioneer is not like the big name brand out there anymore like it used to be, say in the 70s and 80s and maybe part of the 90s. But they're using Pioneer. It's a decent sound system. But a lot of app-based stuff up here. You know, I think it's decent. You know, this up here, a little plasticky to me, you know, because it is plastic. Okay, the interior, like I said, you know, you want, if it says Denali, you want it to be a little bit more plush. That's me. That's my opinion. But the ergonomics, if you will, of the vehicle, it's decent. You know, you're driving it, it's okay. Nice large sunroof. You know, obviously you can also adjust here for your rear hatch, okay? So if you have a garage door, it won't, you know, you're worried about hitting it. There it is. You know, you can just adjust it right there. You've got your lights on the interior. The buttons are decent. All in all, the interior is probably out of 10, a 7, okay? Maybe a 7.5 at the highest. So inside, center console, decent, really deep. I'll show you in the walk-around video this center console in more depth. I always try to find a place as a CHL guy. You know, I like to carry my firearm with me. Castle law here in the state of Texas. I like to find a place where I can put a tool of defense. And this thing has plenty of space for that, but it's really deep, and it's kind of behind you to get down inside there. I'll show you that. Again, the shifting right here, you just hit the plus button or the minus button, and you can shift it. The people that have driven this vehicle, they said that they like that feature. It makes it sporty for them. Other than that, it's decent power. But, you know, all in all, decent, okay? It's the most I can say. One thing I do like, I like this. That's great. I mean, everybody has to do that. I mean, if you're not doing that, I don't know what you're doing. Just do that. Nothing worse than the sun coming in right there. So that's decent. I like that too. Of course, the ladies out there, they like to see that there's mirrors. There are mirrors that with the lights. Okay, you have both of those. That's a good thing. So that's it. That's what I can tell you. I won't bore you with any more details because we're going to have the links on this video to check more on this 2016 GMC Terrain Denali. And we'll see you in just a few minutes. Make sure you hit the link. Check out our walk around. Thanks so much. I'm Craig Bouchon with America's Auto News and Reviews.